Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a pick a card reading for messages from your spirit guides. So you're going to go ahead and pick a number 1 through 5, or go ahead and pick a color. I thought it would be fun today to show you guys some makeup swatches. I'm using my Tarte High Performance Naturals palette and you're going to pick a color or a number. So number 1 is black. So number 1 is black. Number 2 is forest green. Number 3 is orange. Number 4 is dark blue. And number 5 is plum purple. Just gonna wipe this off real quick. So go ahead and pick a number. Number 1 is black. Number 2 is forest green. Number 3 is orange. Number 4 is dark blue. Number 5 is a plum purple. So choose the color that is standing out to you, and that will help you to get your reading. Thought that would be fun. I can't find my crystals. I think they're in another room. Got creative today. So if you choose number 1, black, let's go ahead and see what your cards have to say. Pulled quite a few cards for you from my Wildwood deck and a couple from my Universal Angel deck. Let's see what's going on here. Messages from your spirit guides. So I think this message right here is talking about having respect for yourself. It's like you've been feeling kind of trapped recently, and maybe this is some of the energy that's carrying over from 2018. It's like you haven't really taken a lot of action in the past year or past couple months. You've been spending more time to yourself, a lot more time in your head, figuring things out, trying to figure out what you want. And you want to take action, you want to move forward, you want to create change in your life, you know that you want to move forward on your path. You might be a little unhappy or dissatisfied with where you're at. And so it's like almost like you might be beating up on yourself and feeling like you're lazy, or you're never going to move forward, or you're never going to get the courage or the confidence to go to the next step. And this is a card that's telling you to respect yourself. If you really look at your life, you in like a kinder, more harmonious light, you will see that everything has happened exactly the way it was supposed to. If you didn't really feel like moving forward for a while and you just needed time to just be in your body, be present, just kind of process and just live your life, that is okay. I talk a lot on this channel about, challenging yourself to take responsibility in your life, and how if you want something, you can go out there and get it, and finding your talents and gifts and fulfilling your mission and purpose. But at the same time, it's a process. For me, from ages 18 to 25, I stayed in the same routine. I stayed in the same job. I pretty much lived in the same apartment. I had the same friends. I wanted to create change. I knew that the life I was living wasn't what I wanted my life to be ultimately. I felt kind of stuck. I was going through depression. I just felt stuck. I couldn't really do much. And that's what I thought. And now I look back and I'm really glad that I had time to just live, and I had time to experience my youth, and I had time to just kind of have things be stable for a while. And when I was ready to get out of my comfort zone, and when I had had enough, I finally did go forward and create change. So this is saying respect yourself and trust yourself enough to be able to make the decisions and the choices you need to make to get where you want to go. And it's a journey, it doesn't happen overnight. And so I think this is trying to tell you to maybe ignore your inner critic a little bit and go easier on yourself. And Not to be afraid that you're going to be stuck forever, or that you're going to, you're lazy, or that, it's always going to be the way it is, or that you're doomed to a certain type of fate. To know that the fact that you want to create change and the fact that you're unhappy where you're at is actually a good thing, because those feelings and emotions that are coming up are what's helping you to bring awareness to your situation. And that's a really important part of the process for you to be able to move forward. You have to get that inner guidance first. You have to really understand how you feel about yourself and your situation before you can change things. And that part of the process is to be respected. And so now I look back, I'm not so hard on myself for the choices I made when I was younger. And I used to feel like I wasted so many years, and if I had just started when I was younger, or it's too late for me now, like all that talk, that is just not good. That's not helpful. It's when you realize and you put your life in your perspective and realize that everything's happening exactly the way it's supposed to, is where you start to find that peace about the choices you've made, the path you've been on, and you will look back in retrospect and see how beneficial this past couple of months, this past year has been for your growth, even if you don't see the changes yet, even if you feel like you're in the same place. And so you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Now, the beautiful part of this message is really talking about travel or moving somewhere, going somewhere. This horse is definitely a sign of travel. In this deck, it talks about freedom, which we see right here. It can be a message that perhaps you're moving out from college soon and you're going out into the real world, or perhaps you're moving out of your family's house and finding your independence, or you're leaving behind like a small town and moving to the big city, or you're traveling abroad, or maybe even actual travel, going to many different places is part of this. And this is reminding you that the love of the universe and the universe's protection follows you wherever you go. I've had personal experience with this. I took a big leap of faith about a year ago and left the United States, and I've been traveling through Europe and Africa and places like that. I even went over to India for a bit, and I was scared that something bad was gonna happen or that everything was gonna fall apart, but the same blessings I had when I was in the US followed me over on my travels. You take your light, you take your energy, you take your abundance, you take your blessings with you wherever you go. The universe is always going to protect you no matter where you go, no matter what you do. And so affirming to yourself that I am safe, I am protected, it's safe for me to follow my heart or to make this move or to go to this place is going to help you. This is telling you that you need to change your mindset regarding your situation, coming to terms that there is some hard work that you're going to have to do to get where you want to go. I've done some coaching, counseling type of work, readings for a lot of you guys who are telling me about a big dream, and I'll pull cards and I'll see in the cards sometimes it's going to take a couple years. And for some of you guys, it's really hard to hear that because you really want it to happen now. You really want to change your situation, but at some point you do have to do the work. You do have to get the momentum going. You have to be dedicated. And the wonderful thing is it doesn't have to be stressful or overwhelming. You can just do one thing a day towards your goals. That's the commitment I made about 2 or 3 years ago. I was not seeing any change in my life, and so I was one thing a day, and that has really worked for me. It's really helped me transform my life. And so maybe adopting a mindset like that, one thing a day, or challenging yourself just 10 minutes or 5 minutes a day towards your goals, or to hustle or do a little bit of work. It's important that you rest, that you relax, that you follow your heart. And some days it's overloading yourself if you try to push to do something you don't feel in alignment with. But this is about turning awareness to the work that you need to do to get to this next point. This is also a message about a partnership that's going to come into your life to help you. It could be a business partnership, Or if you're in school or something, it might be another student who becomes your friend that like you guys make a little study buddy thing and you guys really do well working together. Or even a teacher who you really resonate with, or a mentor. This could also be something romantic, a marriage, or a long-term relationship, because this does have to do with commitment. But this heron also stands for patience when it comes to your dreams. And so this is trying to tell you, this whole message is trying to tell you, find your serenity in the process. Find your peace with where you're at now. Often you have to master where you're at in order to get to the next place. So find your serenity, find a way to tap into the energy of freedom no matter what situation you're in. So this is a big message about staying dedicated to your path. You are really going on your own journey, kind of leaving people, places, situations, things behind that no longer serve you. And so it's growth right now in your life that's happened really fast. And it's beautiful and it's life-changing, and there's been so many incredible changes for you. And this is saying you're kind of at this fork in the road where it's time to make some decisions about where you're going to go, about moving out, or maybe working to save the money it's going to take for this next step, or planning a vision board, making a list of what you want. It's actually a new moon at the time that I'm doing this reading. This is a timeless reading, but it's a good time to set intentions and just to keep staying dedicated to your path, because it's going to take you to some beautiful places. I hope that this message resonates with you. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you later. So for those of you guys who choose number 2, the forest green color, I love it, it's so shimmery. Let's go ahead and see what messages your spirit guides have for you. Okay, so I'm getting this huge message for you that it is so important for you to have fun right now. You've been going through some struggles, you know, sometimes life hands you curveballs. And I remember at this one point in my life years ago where I just felt like financially I could not stay on top. It was so difficult for me. I was always like paycheck to paycheck, pushing back bills. I tried to get another job, and like I get ahead, and then all of a sudden I have to go to the dentist, or I would need a new pair of shoes or something like that. Then it was Christmas and to get everybody gifts or whatever. And so I remember that period of life, and I just got like a flashback, like a vision about that, because I feel like maybe some of you guys are having some hard times financially. And there is a message to be patient, that the situation will work out. I'm happy and so thankful and so fortunate that I'm in a way better situation now. And I look back on that time and realized how much I learned about how to manage my money. And like, it just makes me feel so blessed with where I'm at now. And like, being in that situation really caused me at one point to really start thinking out of the box and start thinking of ideas for me to overcome that. Eventually it inspired me to start a couple businesses, because I was like, I can't keep working for these companies, they're not serving me. So this is a message saying you're hesitant to really come up with the solution for this problem, but you have all the answers inside of you, and you've had ideas, and your dreams might be part of what's connecting you to your future abundance. So I say this a lot on my channel, but remember, money flows where your energy and passion goes. And so whatever you're the most energetic about, whatever you're the most passionate about, that's going to be where your money is. So you got to put a little bit of work into that and spend some time being creative. But also, I see a big message from your spirit guides about just trying to have fun and trusting that if you take a break from your life or from the stresses, knowing that you deserve to have fun, you're worthy to have fun. There's so many beautiful things that you can enjoy on this planet. And sometimes having fun you don't have to spend money. You can just get some food from your fridge and make a sandwich or something and go to the park and have a picnic. Or if it's freezing cold wherever you are, I know for some people it's like you're going through the polar vortex right now. I've been keeping up with the news on that. maybe you can light a fire and have just like a game night or something with your family or with your partner or something, or with some friends. There's ways that you can have fun that, you know, just involves yourself or nature, or maybe going for a walk by like a lake or a river or an ocean, or doing something creative like making a watercolor painting, or coloring in one of those adult coloring books, or repainting one of your rooms. My mind goes to painting because I love to paint, but maybe you like pottery or just drawing. I mean, all you need is just a piece of paper and a pen or pencil for that. Or you can even use your phone. Sometimes when I'm bored, my partner and I will we'll pull up this app, I forget what app it is, but we'll just start drawing stuff, and then we'll like pass it back and forth, and we'll both like add stuff, and sometimes it will just end up being crazy, and sometimes it's a masterpiece, but we have so much fun. We'll go back and forth like hours just drawing something on the phone. So I think this is just reminding you to kind of get out of your head and get into your body more. And oftentimes when you disconnect from the stress or from the worry you have, whether it's finances or something else, that creates space for the universe to come in and do its work. So if you think about it this way, I'm going to get really meta here, but you're a part of the universe is a part of you. And so when you are holding a situation in a certain vibrational space, by thinking about it, by focusing on it, by like just holding that in your energy space and like thinking about it in a certain state, it's difficult for the situation to be able to transform and to be able to change, because in your mind you're so powerful and you're holding it in this unresolved state. So sometimes that's where the surrender and the letting go of the situation helps, so that the situation can be transformed. Okay, and so I talk about this a lot in love situations and twin flame soulmate situations, but it does help with finances or any other situation you're in, where if you just kind of take a break, have some fun, get your mind off it a little bit, it helps. And that's some universal advice. I've had friends and people I know tell me that, like, you just need to get your mind off it for a little bit, you need to relax, like, you know, it's good for your health. Trust yourself that you'll know the difference between just completely neglecting a situation and being irresponsible, or the difference between that and just like allowing yourself to take a break and have some fun. Okay, don't punish yourself just because there's something stressful in your life, or you made a mistake, or you got some situation going on. It doesn't mean that like you have to punish yourself until the situation's over. Like, you can take a break, you can take a day off, you can take an hour and have some fun, or spend time with your kids or a friend. Like, it's gonna be okay. You know, don't go, if it's a financial situation, don't go on a shopping spree. You know, if it's something in love, maybe you just spend time with friends and get some company, you know, if you're feeling lonely or something. But trust yourself. I think that's what this message is saying. Have patience. It's gonna work out. But for now, you need to have some fun. You need to take a load off. You need to, you know, relax and enjoy yourself, and just try that out. You know, try to lose yourself in something that's fun for a little while. Maybe something that engages your body. Watching TV, Netflix, YouTube is great. I'm glad you're here, but maybe try to get your body involved. Go out into nature, draw something, hang out with some friends. This is what your guys are saying is going to be best for you right now, and the situation will work out. Just have a little bit of patience, and it's all going to work out perfectly. I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. So for those of you guys who picked number 3, the orange color, let's go ahead and see what your message is from your spirit guides. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing for you is that, wow, you have definitely been going through a healing process. Look, healing and healing. You've been going through a healing process. For some of you guys, I feel like 4 or 5 of you guys that are watching, you've been going through this because you're actually like basically in training to become a healer. So you're experiencing this, all these different situations in your life, continuously in these healing processes, and the wound is going to become your teacher, and eventually like you will find your justice and your fulfillment and happiness through helping others, through coaching others, through mentoring others, maybe even on a traditional path such as counseling or working in the mental health industry, maybe a spiritual path for some of you guys, okay? And this is just a message of validation to stay loyal to yourself and your heart on just staying on that path, and know like your healing is simply revealing the truth that you're already healed, you're already whole, you're already complete, and you're getting to this point where you're really rising above it and you're getting your strength. And you're going to be working on getting the education that you need in order to work in a healing type of industry. And like you're on the right path. This is validation. Keep going. This is going to make you very happy. You're going to help many people. You're a loyal advocate for others who've been through abuse or who are having mental health issues. And you're going to do very, very well. If that doesn't resonate, I see an alternative message here that's for most of you guys, that's saying you are going through a healing process right now. It's been really hard for you. And so other areas of your life are starting to feel like they're kind of falling apart. For instance, maybe you've been isolating yourself a little bit and kind of protecting yourself and putting a lot of boundaries up just because of this healing process. And so you feel like kind of disconnected from other people, or lonely, or you had to let go of a lot of people, or you feel like you don't have a lot of friends. Maybe you're having a difficult time in your work. I've spoken to people that were having such a difficult depression or a difficult time healing or recovering from something that they lost their job, or they got fired, or they got less hours, or they had to quit or something like that. And so I do see there's a mention here about finances for some of you guys, that your finances are struggling. Maybe for the rest of you guys, your whole life is falling apart. Maybe it's a difficult breakup and you've just been so down that this energy is kind of trickling into other areas. And so you're just freaking out because you're healing from this thing. It seems like everything's falling apart. But remember, old crops have to be cleared in order for new growth to come up. So you are literally letting go of the people, places, situations that no longer serve you. Anything that needs to fall out of your life right now, let it fall away, because it's clearing a path, and it's not meant to be. And this is saying you will ultimately be fulfilled. Whatever's coming into your life right now, welcome it. Whatever wants to leave, allow it to fall away. This is really like a go with the flow message. Your healing process is almost complete. I mean, healing is a lifelong process, but as far as like this heavy introspection and emotional period, it'll be completed soon. For some of you guys, there's a message about seeking professional help, just to tie up loose ends with the accredited counselor, therapist, something like that. Some of you guys have already been doing that. Some of you guys you're at the tail end of a healing process, and you're feeling ready to get out there and like take responsibility with your life and start moving forward. And this is going to lead to happiness. Follow your heart's inner guidance. There are new people coming into your life. I see a soul family reunion. I see people that will be very loyal to you, and you shining your light and putting your best foot forward and just letting go of the old stories and the old timelines and the old fears and doubts, and just starting fresh. Like it really is the butterfly coming out of the cocoon, the flower that's blooming and opening. It's going to be a beautiful time in your life. This is validation of the hard work you've done in this area of your life, validation that the best is yet to come. So I hope that this message resonates with you. Thank you so much for your support. And we're going to move on to number 4, the dark blue color. I love this color. This is like random makeup stuff, but I think using this, I don't know if you guys ever use like eyeshadow as eyeliner with like an angled brush. Usually you use brown or black, but sometimes using a color like this, just softly smudged into the lash line, looks so pretty. Makeup tutorial on that soon to come. So for those of you guys who choose number 4, beautiful message. This is reassurance that the dreams you've been having are very important. Now, this could be talking about actual dreams you've been having at nighttime in your sleep, or maybe in your meditations, like a reassurance that you're being contacted from your spirit guides and then getting messages about how to move forward. It could also just be a reassurance in any repeated thoughts, any repeated desires you've been having about your dreams and how you want to move forward. There's someone you need to let go of, though. This might be talking about a breakup that recently happened for you, and you're wondering, are we going to get back together? I still miss them. This is saying just let them go. Trust, allow the natural flow. This is like a river. It's like they're just going to flow in the direction they're supposed to go, and you're going to flow in the opposite direction. Like you're meant to go on a new path. And so this is saying don't just keep wandering around in circles with this person. Like, it's time to open a new door and to take the path of the lone wolf and to accept like this new path on your own. And it says don't resist the flow. And so for a lot of you guys, I feel like this message is about a specific person that has left your life or you're about to let go of. And it's for your highest good. It's going to help you on the path of your dreams. It's going to help open doors for you. And this has happened on my path. I've had some people I've let go of that have been really difficult for me, people I was really close to. And it's so funny how after you finally like cut that cord, you know, when your heart's really telling you to, after you finally cut that cord, how new doors open and there's new energy and new people who come into your life and new situations and new positive habits that are formed. You never really realize the density of the energy that a specific person can have in your life if it's something you're meant to grow past. And so that is the message I'm seeing. I hope that this resonates with you. Some of you guys might have already cut this person out, and it's just like reassurance that now you can focus more on your dreams. And so, yeah, I hope this resonates with you, and thank you so much for your support. I'll see you later. So for those of you guys who chose the plum purple, the dark purple color, number 5, let's get your message from your spirit guides. This is funny because this is literally the spirit guide card. Like you're being mentored. Maybe this is coming from a specific spirit guide, like your main guide or your protector guide or your specific deity. I'm seeing a message here that you have done well, like in having faith, not only in your guides or your deity or the universe or whatever, but you've had faith in yourself. And you're at this point where you're ready to take a leap of faith, taking a risk, going to a new place, starting over. So the message behind this card, this is the Wanderer or the Fool in the traditional tarot. This is a card about faith and trust. It's saying it really is time for you to initiate a new beginning and to start over, to take that risk, to take that leap of faith. As part of this, you're going to be really letting go of the past and enabling yourself to try something completely new. Just letting go of control, living in the moment, not looking back or second guessing yourself. And it might have to do with something creative. It could just be a new way to express yourself, you know, discovering yourself, discovering more of your talents and gifts, taking on a new hobby, or for some people, it could even be about starting a creative career. This is also talking about having adventures. As part of this, visualization is important. I feel like they're saying, oh, wow, that's so crazy. I didn't even see that card and I already got this download that you've spent enough time visualizing and now it's time for action. The actualization card says do something about it. Now, you've had some heartbreak regarding a twin flame or soulmate situation. I feel like you thought you knew who your twin flame was or something. This message might not be for everyone, okay? Just only take from this reading what resonates. This is very specific to a couple people who are watching. You thought you knew who your twin flame was, but this person ended up just being like a soulmate. So now you're in a transition to like meet somebody new. And it's like a mystery. There's a mystery, and so you don't really know what's gonna happen there, so you keep looking back at the past. But I feel like it's distracting you from moving forward with this new beautiful energy that's in your life and your creativity and like getting your foundation started. So your guides are telling you let go of the whole love thing for now. Don't worry about that. You are in a transition to something new. That situation will be taken care of. This is what's the most important thing for you in your life. Maybe traveling or going on adventures, or just starting a new cycle and going with the flow. Not over analyzing anything right now, just taking a risk, taking action, going forward without premeditated thought, like your first instinct. You're ready to begin a new mystical journey, live from moment to moment, go somewhere new. You're entering a new growth cycle, and your angels and your spirit guides are here to watch over you. And so it sounds like this next chapter for you is really fun and really interesting, and you really got to trust in your heart with what this risk or this leap of faith is you're supposed to take. It's regarding your creativity. So thank you so much for coming to my channel. I hope this resonated with you guys. You guys all know I've got personal readings up on my website if you're interested, promiseharmony.com/services. There's information in the description below. And I will see you guys later. Thank you all for your support. Peace out.